This is the 6th verse of the book of Jude. The author here, Jude, is by way of comparison warning the recipients of this letter not to fall into a trap. The trap might be produced by these that he says have secretly sneaked in, these men apparently who are false teachers who are attempting to lead the people astray, and the author Jude here is trying to warn them that in similar circumstances, on other occasions, God's judgment has been severe. The first example he gives has to do with the people who were brought out of Egypt, and yet they came, but were not believers, and eventually they met the judgment that befell them as a result of that state of heart. And now he shifts the focus to the second example, which has to do with angels. So we have angelus, angels. This is in the accusative plural here. So we have te, which is a particle. It usually means something like and. So and angels, it's connected now to the previous example of those who came out of Egypt. So that's example one now. And angels. And then tous, again in the accusative, because it's going along with angelus. Tous me, the negation used with non-indicative moods. And then teresantos. This is from tereo. It means to keep, to hold on to something. It can be used both in a positive or a negative way. In the New Testament, we're told to keep the commandments, for example, but here the sense is a little bit different. You'll notice it's used again down here. That's an intentional parallel between the two. So now they did not keep. This is an aorist active participle. It's the masculine plural accusative because it's going along with the angels. That's why it's in the accusative. So the angels, the not keeping. And then what was it they didn't keep? Again, tain. What they didn't keep, and this is in the accusative because it's the object of what they didn't keep. They didn't keep tain heauton. This is a reflexive pronoun, so they didn't keep the of themselves. And then the article actually goes with arcane. Arcane, arche, of course, can mean to begin something, the initiation of it, or it can mean to rule, and that probably is the sense here. They didn't keep their own position of rule. As a position taken by some commentators, I think rightly so. So here's angels that had a particular authority, and they didn't hang on to that authority. They didn't keep their place of their own authority. Allah, the strong conjunction, apolipontos. This is from apolepo. Lepo means to leave. Apolepo simply doubles down, and usually it's rendered more like abandon. So a stronger sense of it. So they abandon. This again is in the same grammatical situation as this word tereo here. So this is the aorist active participle, the masculine plural accusative. So they didn't keep their own position, but they abandoned, and then the of themselves, or their own, and it was that which belonged to them. It goes along with this word, oiketerion. The root of this word is oikos, or oikeo. It means to dwell somewhere. It's somewhat accentuated, and so again, it can mean more than just a dwelling place, and it seems to imply something of what Paul might call elsewhere a principality, their own domain, their own place of authority. That's implied all the way through here, especially with arcane. So these angels didn't keep their own position of rule, but abandoned their authority. And the sense of it, presumably, is that they did so, going outside the bounds of that which had been prescribed for them by God and his original appointment of their position there. And so that having taken place, then ace, the preposition, takes the accusative into judgment, chrisin, judgment. And then what judgment is it? It's described here by these two genitives. It's the judgment of the day, and then megales, the great day. So there is a great day of judgment, which at least is contemplated as still future, with reference to the writing right here. So they're being in that great day of judgment. And notice that this is all connected to the word that is the verb here, teteriken, held. So we have tereo here and tereo here. These angels, did not hold on to their place of authority, and so now they are being held by God against this great day of judgment. They're held by means of, that's the dative of means here, desmos is the word for chains. It's in the dative plural, so they're being held by means of chains. What kind of chains? The adjective here is a particularly strong word for eternal, aidios. So they're being held in eternal chains, inescapable chains. Hupo, preposition means under, and we have zophone here. Normally in the New Testament, the word for darkness is some form of skotos or skotia. This is actually a stronger word. It goes back into distant history in Greek usage, and it means the most black kind of darkness, kind of the darkness you can feel would be the sense of it. And then they're held in these chains under darkness, eternal chains, awaiting then the great day of judgment. Of course, the whole point of this is to be a rather strong warning against people who might be contemplating following false teachers and thereby exposing themselves to the same kind of judgment that the author here is describing with respect to these angels.